Hello everybody, John Abdo here for another session of the Doer audio seminar. It's great to be here, and I hope you sleep well tonight because this topic is on sleep deprivation. It's a disease that is growing in epidemic numbers each and every year. I've been dealing with, on a consulting basis, with people who are sleep deprived or who are low in energy or can't lose body fat, can't digest food, they're constipated, their muscles are weak, no matter how hard they train, they're not getting results, and it's because of their sleep deprivation. So let's talk a little bit about this, why it happens, what happens, and how we can correct it. You know, what I always tell people when they come into the exercise facility or they ask me to enroll in an exercise program or they buy one of my machines, it's like when you increase your activity, if you're going to use an exercise machine, if you're going to go to the health club, if you're going to engage yourself in physical activity, concurrently you have to increase two other things. Number one is you're increasing your activity. The two other things are your nutrition and your sleep. It's like driving your car. If you're going to drive your car more often, you have to increase its nutrition. You got to fuel it up more often. And if you're driving it a lot, it needs time to recover and to cool down. Otherwise, you're going to burn out the engine, you're going to flatten the tires, you're just going to wear that car out. Same thing with the human body. So understand that if you're going to increase your activity, which is a good thing, you also have to increase these two other things. So what happens, there's so many people, especially with this exercise obsession, especially people who are trying to lose body fat, which is also an obsession, is they're over-exercising, but they're not recovering as well. They're not recovering at all most of the time. And what happens if you can't sleep good, if you can't fall asleep at all, it disrupts your whole hormonal cascade. When you fall asleep, one of the first hormones that starts to produce is a hormone called human growth hormone. It's a big, big topic. It's been touted as the fountain of youth. Human growth hormone can be taken exogenously, which means you can inject it from outside your body into your body, or it can be produced endogenously, which is on the inside of your body, your own natural hormonal production. Another hormone is melatonin, a very popular over-the-counter sleep aid, which is a natural hormone that is also produced in the brain. The pituitary gland produces growth hormone, and we also produce melatonin in the brain. Those two hormones alone allow us to sleep deep. Now, when you sleep deep, your body's rubbing its hands together saying, hey, Sally, hey, Joe, guess what? We had a hard day. Now, let us get to work and repair your body from this previous day's activity. Give us all the time we need. We're going to be here for like 6 to 8 hours, right? And we're going to rebuild your body so tomorrow you're going to be fresh and energetic and fully recovered. During the sleeping process, your body goes through digestion, assimilation, and as you know, when you wake up in the morning, most people urinate and defecate. Your body has assimilated its food and delivered the nutrition to the various cells in the body, and there's trillions of them, and the waste matter is going to be delivered out in defecation. So it's a very normal, healthy process to understand that this is disrupted when we don't sleep properly, because during sleep, that's when our bodies enter into what we call an anabolic phase. And don't let that word scare you, because there are anabolic steroids, which are drugs that many people, including athletes, use and abuse. But the anabolic cycle, the natural anabolic cycle, which is our body's hormonal production from growth hormone to melatonin to testosterone to thyroid hormone to thymus hormone, these are all hormones that allow us to become younger, healthier, stronger, more resilient. So we need to fall asleep quickly, and we need to sleep deeply so our bodies fully recover. And not only is digestion of food a very important process, but also the rebuilding of muscle, as I mentioned earlier. Because during the day, your body is exercising, it's moving. Even if you are not doing physical activity, check this out. This is so interesting. Even if you're not doing physical activity, you could be sitting down at work all day, and at the end of the day, you're exhausted. You wake up in the morning, you're exhausted. You really didn't do a lot of physical stuff. But why are you exhausted? Mentally, most people are mentally stressed, even highly creative people. One of the most challenging things for me is to write. When I write things, I want to articulate it properly. I want to make sure all my I's are dotted, my T's are crossed properly. I do all the spell check stuff. I read and reread. There's a lot of energy that goes into it. But my body's just sitting still. I'm just sitting behind my computer and just typing away. But I get fatigued from that. I could talk these audio seminars all day and I don't get fatigued from this because I just let it out. So that's one of the challenges I have. What are your challenges? And if you know that mentally you're sending nervous energy throughout your whole body, it drains your body. It's not just confined just to your head when you're under stress. Your whole body's under stress. So knowing that you become physically fatigued throughout the course of the day, whether you're moving or not, because your brain is always operating, your body is going in what we call a catabolic process, which is just the opposite of the anabolic. Catabolic is tear down because your body is working. When it's working, like when you're driving your car, you're burning down fuel, you're wearing down the tires, and that's what happens to the human body. But when your body goes to sleep, it rebuilds itself. It puts the rubber back on the tire, so to say, and it puts the fuel back in the engine, or it rebuilds your muscles, tissues, and organs. And by the way, your bloodstream is the tubal pathway of your veins and arteries. Our muscles, your intestines are muscles. Your heart, it's a muscle. There's so much great tissue inside your body, and the only way it becomes great and the only way it becomes healthy is by better nutrition. So some of the things that we can look for in our daily lives that is either causing us to be total insomniacs or is disrupting our sleep are questions you have to ask yourself. Are you drinking too much caffeine? Now, some people drink coffee in the morning, and I'm a coffee drinker, but it's not the coffee per se, it's what you put in the coffee, all the extra sugars and the creams that really make it hard for your body to digest and to assimilate. But on top of coffee, what happens to most people? An hour later, 2 hours later, they put a couple coins in the soda pop machine, and all of a sudden they're drinking their diet soda, which diet, take out the T and you know what that word spells. Now they have synthetic caffeine on top of natural caffeine with synthetic sugar. Ooh, boy, it's just incredible what it does. It devastates the system. Drugs. Are you on any medication? Are you taking too much sugar? Do you eat late at night? And it's not so much when you eat, but what you eat. And I've done another audio seminar on that. That's a myth. Don't eat late at night. Well, you can eat late at night, just as long as it's good. Don't make it something that's going to keep you awake or make it very hard for your body to go through a digestion process. Your body says, hey, guess what? In this next 6 to 8 hours, we're going to rebuild yourself. But if you eat a whole load of junky food, your body's going to say, oh, man, I got to really get into tearing that food apart to find the good stuff because it's wrapped in a lot of stuff that we got to just try to remove. The human body is fascinating. It's always working for you, but again, what we put into it and how we think can slow down or disrupt the process. Melatonin is a very wonderful hormone that is produced naturally in our body, and when it's produced is when the lights go off. When it gets dark, melatonin starts to produce. When we close our eyes, melatonin starts to produce. So if you're sleeping and there's lights on in the room, or there's even light coming through the crack in the window or through the door, that may disrupt you because the eyelid is not that thick and light can penetrate that. What I like to do sometimes, even at home when I can close the shades, but certainly when I'm in a hotel room because there's light coming underneath the door and sometimes I can't get the curtains to close all the way, I wear eye shades. And the eye shades are phenomenal. Try wearing eye shades when you go to sleep, and I guarantee you're going to sleep deeper. But I'll tell you something, you're going to sleep longer. So set that alarm clock. If you say, oh, I normally get up at the same time every day, if you put eye shades on, you're going to sleep later. You're not going to get up at the same time every day. So just be conscious of that. that. So that is something that's very, very important. Also, if you're not exercising, which you're doers, so you're exercising, but pass this on to somebody else, exercise increases circulation in the body. Let's go back to the automobile analogy. If you got the car, which is the engine, which it's analogous of your body's muscles, and you got the fuel in the tank, which is the carbohydrates or the fat that we just ate. If you don't drive the car, the fat and the sugar or the fuel doesn't circulate around the body. So it's important that exercising increases circulation of blood, increases the distribution of nerve energy, because now your central nervous system is sending nervous impulses. It helps to relieve tension. Muscles become spasmodic. They impinge on nerves. So it's nice to stretch out, go for a walk, get on the Ab-Doer, stretch your back. Wonderful way to just free up tight tension, which makes you feel more alive. And the great thing is that I feel so energetic, but when my head hits the pillow, I'm out. I'm out. It's a wonderful process. So understand that there's a catabolic process throughout your daily activity. Whether you're a health fanatic or a sedentary person, your body gets tired by the end of the day. So does your brain. Your body, the human body, needs time to recover, and sleep is that time. Do things that allow you to fall asleep quickly and that allows you to have a good deep sleep. One of the things I don't like is when people go, oh, I can get by with 3 hours sleep a night. I can get by with 4 hours sleep a night. The human body is not made that way. What these people are doing is just showing you that they're trying to work hard to defeat the natural process of anabolism, that anabolic process. Take advantage of this little vacation that you get every day to fall asleep, to let your body repair itself, and I guarantee you're going to wake up looking better. Weigh yourself at night, and let's say you weigh, for you women out there, I don't want to insult anybody, let's say you weigh 127 pounds. Some of you go, oh, I wish. And some of you go, hey, that's a little bit heavy, John. I weigh like 115. Let's say you weigh 127. You just got through eating 4 meals that day, maybe 5 if you're on a do-not diet, and you went to bed weighing 127. You're going to wake up in the morning weighing 124. You're going to lose 3 pounds overnight, and you're not going to get up and urinate. You're not going to get up and defecate. You're not going to be like sweating profusely to lose body fluids. So how'd you lose the weight? Ask yourself, how'd you lose the weight? Weigh yourself before you go to bed. Weigh yourself when you get up in the morning, and I guarantee you're going to see a difference in body weight. You're going to see a drop in body weight, and all doer students see this. Why? Because you're active. You're doing the right exercises with my target isolation principles. You're eating correctly with the do-not diet, and it boosts your metabolism. Metabolism is that anabolic process where your body is utilizing foods for digestion, assimilation, and it's making its way for elimination. But throughout that process, while your body is working for you while you're sleeping, it's burning calories. You're losing weight while you're sleeping. So let's take advantage of that. We do anything and everything to make ourselves better people for ourselves and for the people around us. I'll see you next time.